Good afternoon. Today we're going to be working with 1-7 in its type of exponents. We've been working with decimals, fractions, multiplying, dividing, adding and subtracting, negative and positive numbers. So this is all going to be intertwined with what we've been working on. So should you need help, you can always look for 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, and 1, 6. They're all going to kind of tie in together. A lot of the rules are the same. So you can always go back and look should you need to. You may use a calculator if you need it. And we're going to go through the introduction and the helpful hints like we've been doing. So the first thing is an exponent is a number that indicates the number of times a given base is used as a factor. In the expression n squared, n is the base. So n is the base number. And 2 is the exponent. Or as they would say, n squared. Or you could say n to the second power. In the expression 5 to the third, the number 5 is called the base. So 5 is base, and to the third power is the exponent. And the number 3 is called the power or exponent. And the exponent tells how many times the base 5 is to be multiplied by itself. In other words, you would multiply 5 by itself 3 times, or 5 to the third, 5 times 5 times 5 equals 125. Negative numbers can also have exponents, seen here, -2 to the third power. So you just do -2 times -2 times -2, which would equal -8. Remember the following when working with exponents. So what's great is when you see 5 to the third, break it out. So write 5 times 5 times 5 3 times. You can do it that way. Or you can also plug it into the calculator, 5, and then there's a little caret key, which I'll show you on my whiteboard when we get to it, should you need a calculator. So we're going to go on to our helpful hints. Any number to the power of 1 equals that number. For example, n to the first power equals n, and 5 to the first power equals 5. So that's important to remember. Anything to the first power is going to equal itself. Any number to the power of 0 is equal to 1. For example, n to the 0 power equals 1, or 5 to the 0 power equals 1. Any number without an exponent is assumed to have 1 as its exponent. So for example, 8 equals 8 to the first power. Many conventional numbers can be written as exponents. For example, 25 equals 5 squared, or 5 to the second power, and 16 equals 4 squared, or 2 to the fourth. It can be, 16 can either equal 4 squared or 2 to the fourth power, however you would like to work it. So we're going to go into our examples. So we're going to start with, we're going to go into, if you see on your calculator, this little, it looks like a caret. They call it a caret key. So you would press 5 caret and then whatever power it is, let's say squared, and it will give you your answer that way. So if you need to do it onto a calculator, that's how you would do it there. All right, so the first example is 6 squared. Essentially, it's just 6 times 6. So I'm going to write that out. 6 times 6. We know that 6 times 6 equals 36. So 6 squared is 36. Second one, we have a negative. So we have -3 to the third power. And when you see the -3 is inside the parentheses, the exponent's going to go outside of the parentheses, so that way you don't get confused. So -3 to the third power. So it's essentially -3 times -3 times -3. So -3 times -3 times -3. So when you do that, -3 times -3 times -3, you get -27. And we're going to go on to the third one, which is +3 to the third power. It's going to be exactly the same thing, except it's not negative. We just did this one. So again, you just break down 3 times 3 times 3. Our answer is now this time a +27. Now, this one is number 4, and it's broken down as the number 49. So it's 49, so we're going to go the other way. It's like a regular number, so we're going to write it as an exponent. So we know what times what gives us 49. 7 times 7. So you would just put 7 squared. Instead of writing out 7 times 7, you're going to make it 7 to the power of 2. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.